Hello, 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 hello. I wanted to jump on real quick and I just wanted to talk about the space, the space in between your thoughts, the space in between conversations, that space that's in between dialogue, because that space is a very important space that we don't pay attention to, but that space is the main thing that's causing us anxieties, that's causing us fears, that's causing us not to react to the next action that we need to do. So that space is like gonna hinder you, or that space is gonna push you. And that space can, because that space can be bleak, it can be black, and it can be unhealthy. Or that space can be healthy and functioning properly. So the main question is, what are you allowing that space to convey to you mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually? And what did I say, physically? Yeah, but what are you allowing that space to convey to you? So if I say, like, how are you doing? And then if you say, I'm doing good, and whenever you say that, that space is like filtering all kind of stuff. That space is taking you back to childhood triggers. That space is taking you back to adult triggers. That space is doing something, or that space is like healthy and it's giving you good thoughts. It's allowing your conversation and your mind, will, and emotions to like just be at peace. But whenever your mind, will, and emotions is not at peace, because that space is like bringing all kind of like friction, all kind of turmoil. Whenever that space is bringing all of this stuff to you, you get anxious. You feel these anxious thoughts that you don't even know where these thoughts are coming from. You begin to like be fearful, and you don't even know why you're fearful, and your body begin to tense up. The adrenal gland, that fight or flight, begins to actively start churning, because you're being triggered to a certain point and a certain time in your life when you were confronted with the same action, and you were like tagged. You were tagged in that moment, to where now every moment that brings about that same that brings about that same scenario, subconsciously, that's what's rising up and causing the anxiousness. So I wanted to just jump on and just talk about that a little bit, because we have to be aware of that space. What is that space telling us? What is that space doing to us? What is that space, allowing our emotions to grasp? So just be aware of that space, because if you can zone in on that space, and it's gonna take practice, because took practice with me, because when I was suffering from a lot of anxiety and depression and everything, man, the enemy was trying to take me out. He used that opportunity to try to take me out, because I wasn't aware of that space. I wasn't aware of what I was thinking. I wasn't aware. So when I became aware of that space, because the Lord is the one that brought this to me, he said, pay attention. He said, pay attention. And when I would begin to be driving, and, I would be anxious for certain things, and I wouldn't even know why I was anxious, but he began to calm me down by saying, D, what are you thinking? Why are you thinking that? And then I would like begin to say, that is like not anything to really be thinking about, because it was no present danger, but because of the triggers, I was feeling dangers, because at some point it was a dangerous situation, whether it was perceived or real, but it was a real situation for me. So it was triggering me. So I began to pay attention to that space, and believe it or not, I began to be able to handle that space. I began to be able to control that space, because I began to control my thoughts in that space. So yeah, just be mindful of that space, and let's be healed. Let's be healed, okay? Because so many are like suffering at the hand of that space. So many are suffering. So let's get it right. But anyway, I love you guys, and more videos will be coming on this topic, but I just wanted to get that off of my chest. And I look forward to chatting with you soon. Love you.